So here's where your stop limit would be, right? Your stop. See how long the volatility wick is? Zoom in on that. Son of a bitch. So see this wick? You want your stop below that. Right? And then you want your limit sell to be like, I don't know, 0.5% or 2% below that. Between 0.5 and 2%. So 0.5, 2%. So that way, if this breaks to the upside, ideally you don't fill. And if it breaks to the downside, you would. You could probably watch this play out. Oh, GameStop is turning around. Fun. If GameStop's gonna rip next. This is actually like very good. This is what it could look like. So if we go here, now we have a bit of an idea of the trend. We can go straight down. This could technically go up, I guess. Right there. So that's your breakout point. So it broke out to the upside. And so then you can leave this order in place in case this is like a trap, right? And you can readjust your pennant from there and see if it continues to break upwards. At this point, if you wanted to, you could move your order up, your stop up. And then once you break above this upper resistance, you can start considering canceling the stop loss or the stop limit. That's good, right? Because you don't want your order to fill if it breaks to the upside. So if this candle should be the most volatile. Like the first red candle should be the most volatile out of all the candles because then you have like it consolidates after that, right? So this and this and this and this are less volatile. Because you're moving into a period of consolidation. And see, now it's broken that upper resistance, so I would consider removing the order at this point and allowing the price to continue its upward trend. Now, if it then fails this resistance at any point, you would just simply place that order back in place. So you could do either one, right? You could leave that order there until you're ready to actually move it. But you can also move it up to that resistance, right? Do you guys see that resistance line there? So you can so this is almost like a manual trailing stop. Is you have a resistance right here that you can see. So you can move your stop up to that resistance and move your limit up to there, right? I remember if you don't have a stop limit and you only have limits, then what you do is you just fill out the order form and you wait. And if, I mean, you've got to be pretty quick on the mouse button or whatever, but. And then if you have market orders, you would probably have sold like this green candle here. See, now it's failing that. So now you want to take this and move it down. And you have a decent amount of time, and Epic Pen is crashing. But now you want to move it back down to where it was. And then you'll see if it stays within this consolidation pattern. Like in between these support and resistance levels. It might be worth more than $1 million someday. Pay attention. That is a doji. This is a doji. That's a doji. That's a doji. You'll see a lot of them, especially as like the bid-ask spread widens. So you can extend this trend line. Not this one. This one. Live fucking MOASS prep. Thanks, Chicken Tender Daddy. The point of a stop limit order is that if it fails, your limit order immediately goes through. But if it doesn't fail, right? So if the price never hits here, your order doesn't fill, right? So if it bounces and goes up, 10% more, you haven't sold any shares at this low level. That's why a stop limit is beneficial. So like at this point, I still would have sold 0 shares, right? Because my stop never triggered. Hold on, I want to check GameStop. It's going up. Not really. So this has now become a continuation pattern instead of a pennant because it's had enough time to play out. This has gone from being like 50-50 to being bullish. So now we have a bounce here on this support. And see, I mean, the difference between this pennant and the next pennant, I mean, during MOASS could be 50 grand. It could be more, right? If it goes up 10% and it's at 1 million, you're at 1.1, right? Or if you're at 10 million, you're at 11. So if it rips and halts, that could be the difference in $1 million at some point, right? Quick maths. 30K sell wall at 1930. Let's see if it rips through it. I mean, it could. It's trading enough volume minute by minute. But yeah, you still have your order. Your order is still here. Right? So the OS will end in after hours or PM. I got that, but just curious, what will after hours and PM look like during MOASS? Continue to go up, go sideways? It'll probably like rip and then go sideways as the liquidity dries out. Is there like a cheat sheet with the percentages? No. If I would say AMC is down because of the slacking Russell 2000, what would you say? I'm not surprised. That's probably also why GameStop's flat. That's what I would say, Bart. GameStop got shorted a little bit. What can we expect concerning slippage? I mean, you shouldn't have any slippage if you're using limit sells. You can keep just adjusting your trend line like that as you move through the pattern and it expands and you get more and more information. That's fine, right? Because like the reason you're moving it is that you're getting more information with each tick, right? And you can adjust your patterns based on that information printing. I was away for 15 minutes, good grief. GameStop's at 203, 202. It's getting shorted right now. Trying to bring it down back under 200 probably. I don't have a position in Spurt. I'm just doing this to show you guys. Is this going to be another I said we green meme day? I mean, we're below my low price prediction right now. Like $4 down from it. Probably me and I adjusted too high, but I expected way more volume today. It's hard to nail it when our volume's going from like 14 million to 10 million to 5 million. It's not staying like even remotely consistent. I'll forgive you this time. That's fine. Or don't. I'm having a good time. Awesome, Alex. Says 180 for GME now. That's going to be expected for the Max Payne to move towards the price action nearer and nearer to Friday. I think it was 177.50 this morning. So it's bumped up to the next strike now. What's the price prediction for GameStop next quarter? See, this is like kind of a struggle between buy and sell. So you would have just filled. So now you have sold whatever position that was placed here. Because the price fell through. See? And your order probably filled up here where the volume is. So it took all that time, but it did fill. I filled. And then for the next one, you could wait for it to like turn around, right? So now you just wait and see what happens. You could, if you're worried about it failing more, like hard, you can place a much lower stop and limit. Or maybe you didn't fill. Wait. Did I draw the line wrong? Hold on. I might have drawn that green line wrong. I guess it wouldn't have filled. If you were still on this wick, you would not have filled yet. My mistake. Sorry. I thought I had the lines. Maybe I moved the screen around. Did I move the screen around? You guys can't see this because of Guybrush. Guybrush needs to go to the side for a second. I didn't fill at 18.3, which I'm into. Okay. Oh, all right. I might have, yeah. I feel like I moved it or something. But yeah, it's, I mean, your stop should be still be on this volatility wick, right? Back here. You moved up when it went up, right? And then you moved back down when it went down. So how can you tell if you moved your trend line over as opposed to the pattern just breaking to the downside? It would break the pattern. It wouldn't matter how far over you moved it. Right? Because like if I move it out to here, right, the pattern breaks. See? Wait, was that... Where did I have it? I can't remember. I'm trying to do this with like continuity, which is kind of difficult. Stop at 1830 did not fill. Okay. If we're in forced liquidation, is there a chance that that a pennant breaks down, but the next pennant breaks up? Yes. So you could have one, like you could peak, right? And at that peak, so like a lot of people will be selling. So it's really likely that the first peak actually breaks down and then goes into another pennant and then breaks up. It's not a spurt stream, but I'm explaining how to trade high volatility. So very relevant to GameStop. Smooth Gotti beats. They're trying to cover and short simultaneously. Yo, Pickle, are you just going to focus on Spurt? I am focused on GameStop. I am showing people how to trade high volatility pennants during a short squeeze. I don't even own Spurt, dude. If you're not interested in learning how to trade high volatility pennants, You're going to get fucked during MOASS pretty hard. But that's on you, man. Do what you want. It looks like both sides winning. We have a little better confirmation of this breakout. But you still really need it to break out above that peak, right? So that peak at 1975, we really want confirmation of a breakout above that price level before we start to like move up with the price action, which should be happening soon. It looks like the bulls are winning. I'll bitch about SPRT being on the stream can go and get fucked. I'm looking for the man right now, and if you had any sense, you'd shut your hole and open your mind. I think he realized what was going on here. I know some people in the chat have SPRT, but I'm doing this for the people that have GameStop. Which indicators will you be looking at apart from candles? I mean, there's a pattern there, right? Chicken tender daddy. We have the ascending triangle. That continuation pattern. That's a bullish trend. It breaks to the upside. Initially, we had a pennant. We have our resistance levels here at 1930. And we have one here at 1880. We have another resistance, an upper resistance here at 1975. These are pretty easy to place. For the pendants. Thanks, man. Yeah, SPRT's pretty short. Not that short, but it's pretty short. Like 40% or something like that. It's got a tiny float, though, so it's really volatile. Red Ranger, thank you so much, man. Lars, I appreciate that, dude. I think Melvin is short SPRT. I'm not sure, though. How do you determine the percentage of shares that are part of your stop loss limit sells? That's up to you. You have to break up your position and determine how much you intend to share. You intend to sell at each point, right? You can be super aggressive and do like 25 25 25 or 25 50 25. You can be very conservative with your exits and exit 10% at a time, or like you could go like 5 10 15 20. 40 55 60, and then like 15 10 10 5, right? So you can do that. It's up to you entirely. If you're like an X holder, you can exit one share at a time. You can break it down any way you want. That's a decision you have to make. How many exits do you want? Okay, so now it's breaking 1975. So at this point you could kind of consider like at least moving your limit sell, like your stop limit up. Or if you don't have stop, like you can move that up to this resistance right here at like 1880, right? This is a very conservative approach. You can also move it up to 1930. As we have, broken out from that trend. And you can just follow it, right? And then when it falls through, you sell some, and then you just wait and keep doing this. How high can SPRT go? I don't know. Pretty high. Into the hundreds. Maybe. GameStop kind of flattened down right now. Still at 203.27. No, so 1930 is not yet a support. It is a resistance, right? So I said 1880 because that's where the support is. That's what we bounced off of. We broke through 1930, but it's never acted as a support, right? Like we haven't bounced off 1930. Right? We don't have any confirmation. This is just a resistance right now. This is a support. See, as we have been supported by this twice. Let's see, now we know our next resistance is here at 20. And then we'll probably get another pennant here, right? We have our upper trend, and I will wait for our volatility to play. And if our order is still here, like we're safe on the downside, right? I'm pretty good at this. I've been doing it a long time. GME chart. We can check it out. We got a second. So, all right, hold on. GME might be reversing its downtrend now, but not enough volume for it to really do anything currently. Yeah, I think it might have hit a low here at 202. It's going to bounce back. I'm watching the price. If the price action on GameStop picks up, I'm going to switch over. So we're still down here, right? And now that we have our volatility candle here, right? We've now confirmed 1930 as a support. We can move up, right? So we move our stop to here, just under it, right? So say 1925, right? And then we can move our limit up to say 19. And so this is already breaking out to the upside for another test at 20. We got our wedge there. Now remember, be ready to adjust this as the price action changes. Did SPRT halt today? Might have. It might have halted on this run up. I don't know. I wasn't paying attention. Oh. There. And see, I mean, you already have you've already not sold. You've sold 0 shares at this point, right? 0 shares sold, but you have a price improvement. I mean, here on this position of 30 cents. already at your limit. So your limit has improved by 30 cents and you've sold 0 shares. This isn't GameStop. We're looking at, go to GME. Oh, it's moving. Oh, it's bouncing very nicely. All right, that's enough spurt. You guys get it. That was 2 pennants. Now you know how to trade pennants. Yeah, it's a double bottom. I clipped some of it. I'll clip the whole thing again now. Hold on.